Hello guys, in today's video we are going to be recapping and analyzing some games from the grand final of the Bullet Chess Championship on chess.com. In the grand final, Nihal, Sarin and Alireza Firouzja battled off for the crown of being the best bullet player on the planet, and Nihal Sarin won, which was actually very surprising. Alireza Firouzja last year won it, and a lot of people expected, as well as me, expected him to defend his title, but he didn't. So, yeah. Let's start into the first game. This was in the first grand final, and Nihal won with e4, c5, knight c3, knight c6, knight f3, e6, and now after d4, cd4, knight d4, we have a normal Paulson, probably going to be a Taimanov, a6, yep, so it's Taimanov, knight c6, bc6, bishop d3, d5, this is all normal theory. Castles, knight f6, rook e1, bishop e7, e5, knight d7, all theory, queen g4, g6. This queen g4 is a really good move because now it forces or a weakening or king f8, because if you go castle, bishop h6, and you take the exchange. So Firouzja went with g6, knight e4. This move I don't really understand. Probably stopping like knight c5, I don't know. But now c5 looks pretty logical, but Firouzja goes with h5, which is a better move. Queen e2, bishop e7. Because soon what will happen is Firouzja will go for c5 and d4, and then the bishop will be very strong on the h1, a8 diagonal. c4, c5, pretty bad move, because Nihal could have took, and after takes the pawn. And now he's a pawn up and with a pretty good position. But he goes for b3, now d4. As I said, it now opens the bishop. Bishop d2, queen c7, f4, bishop c6, maybe trying to double up the pawns. Oops, sorry. Rook f1, a5, still improving the position a little bit. Queen b7, knight b2, h4, trying to build up some kind of an attack right here. h3, knight b6, bishop c2, a4. Now here, Firouzja seems to be better on the queen side and the king side, so he's using it. Knight d3, takes, rook a2, bishop b1, going for the second rank. Now he has to get him out of there. Rook a3, Firouzja trying to get a repetition, but Nihal doesn't accept it and just gives up the g2 pawn, as well as h3 one. He can defend that one. Bishop c1, rook e8, knight c5, bishop c5, bishop e4. Nice tactic. But queen c8, queen f3, not taking it immediately. He doesn't have to. Now bishop f5. A very nice move. I mean, he had to really get out with the bishop, but the point is that if you went with the rook somewhere, then you lose this bishop. But here, like, you have full compensation for the exchange. Two bishops. I mean, here you actually have two bishops. Actually, bishop and the knight for the rook. But even if you did not have one of the bishop, even if you did not have the knight, I think that Firouzja would still be better, because he just has this passed pawn and two bishops. They're always threatening like d3 or bishop somewhere to go and support the pushing of the pawn. So yeah, but here he even has two pieces, so this looks pretty easy to win. d3 check, king h2, bishop f2, attacking, check, knight d7. Pretty logical, everything really. Just rerouting the knight, not hitting p5 with the tempo, but it's still winning. Now reroutes the knight to d5. Maybe on f5 would have been a little bit better, but d5 is fine still. Here, bishop f5, everything just now pushing. Now sacks. Here, and now rook e5 was the best move. And if you takes, c7, and now d4. Now after this, you go check, and after this, you go g3. And if you go promote there, then actually G2. A very nice point. No checks, you cannot protect promotion. The same happens if you go here, but here you can even check, and then even here, but the G2 still won. Not here doesn't G2 win, but here it does. So D4, pretty blunder. Here C7, and now Bishop F6 was the only move that wins, but D2, forgetting that this is a check. And now looks winning for White. Promote the queen, promote the other queen. Had to take that one. Now queen b3. Could have took it. But as you can see, like, Firouzja has 3 seconds, Nihal 1.7, so he needs to pre-move and try to flag him. Here he again could have took, but he didn't. Now he kind of tried to survive, and look at this. Here, check, and now he stayed at 0.1 second to deliver checkmate and win the game. Very lucky, but yeah. So that win got him closer to Firouzja. So now it was 2.5 for Firouzja. So next game, this one. So this one was d4, a Catalan. Firouzja used the first move d4 for the whole match. Just mixed the variants. Sometimes played like knight c3, bishop e7 takes. Played that a few times. I mean, he just played d4 the whole match. I think he played maybe one c4. So with this, looked like a pretty nice position from the start. Developed all the pieces, striked in the center. Now what should have been played is knight d3, takes, and knight f4. But he wants queen e6, queen e4. And now look at the piece activity. 2 bishops, which is kind of what you always have, or almost always have in the Catalan. And that's why most people who play the Catalan love it, because you always have the 2 bishops. And the piece activity too, like the bishop. This bishop is restricting this knight. Bishop c7 is a threat, and all of other things. So here, rook d1, rook d8, bishop d8, rook d1, rook e8, a very logical move, but rook d8. Rook d8, bishop c7, rook e8, a mistake. Actually, what he should have went for is rook d2, and after bishop e6, rook b2, and now this is foolish. Rook e8 takes, knight a2, nice tactic, but bishop c6, a counter tactic. That wasn't really good, because after takes, you take here, and after this, just attack, and you play this. Where black is actually a little bit better. So takes, and now white is of course better, has the 2 pieces for the rook. Now they kind of move around a little bit. Check, discover check, takes both of the pawns. Now this is just a matter of technique, which Firouzja did convert almost perfectly, but as you will see, it wasn't perfect. So he just pushed the pawns, pretty normal. And now he pushed f7 after king f6, rook e3. A very nice resource, because if you take, it's a stalemate, and if you push, takes, and after takes, it's stalemate again. But he goes for knight d4 after 4 seconds of thinking. So here he just goes for the flag, really. And he did manage to do exactly that. After this, took the pawn, and now here the last attempt to make a stalemate. But yeah, here he flagged him. So yeah, that was another pretty nice game. So this one was the second game. Nihal won. Nihal played very nicely and started off very nicely in Grand Final 2, winning. Had 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7, and so it was 6-1 for Nihal. But this was the second game, which Nihal won. So here Firouzja played very passively at the start and went for a g5 trying to attack with rook g8 and h5. But Nihal wasn't going back that easily and started his own attack on the queen side because he saw that Firouzja had to castle to the queen side when the first time he will castle there. On g3, pawn sacrifice. After takes knight d5. And after a6, he had to go bishop c6. And now bishop f3, threatening c4. b5, knight d3. And bishop h5, he gave that with the check. And now bishop f3 back. Knight f6, knight b3. Threatening knight e5, which happened in the game. Now after bishop a6, he took, and c4, opening up the position. Takes, queen a4, not letting him go back to d7. And after this, he went with knight b4. Very nice finish, because after this, it's mate. And anything else, really. It is mate, because this is a threat. If you take this, if you go here, this. So yeah, 3 mating threats cannot be really stopped. So yeah, we go on to the 7th game. 7th game, yes. Of the grand final reset. So as I said, Firouzja played d4 the whole match. So here he went with g3 again, the Catalan. Knight c6, bishop g2. This is a pretty common line in the Catalan, that knight c6, bishop d6 ideas. So here he goes for a quick e4, hoping for a quick e4. First rook d1 here, because if he goes here e4, then e5 is pretty strong. So rook d1, queen e7, a3, not letting knight b4, a6, knight e4, knight e4, knight e4, queen e4, rook e8, queen c2 back, attacking the pawn, e5, d5, mistake because of knight a5, bishop, and after bishop d2, knight b3. And this is winning because after b5 you cannot get these pawns out, and you're just a pawn down with a very strong knight here. But he goes for knight d4, he didn't see that. Now he took, and bishop f3, protecting the pawn. d3, here he should have took, and after takes, just takes. Not takes, actually, because of bishop c5, a very nice tactical point. But actually, just queen e2, rook e2, and then not this, because of this. But you just try to survive. But bishop f3, d3, takes, queen f6, very nice move, not letting him develop anywhere. Bishop e4, bishop g4, and now after f3, which is a mistake, rook e4. You might ask why? Why did he sack the rook? Well, if you takes, and now may even check works, even rook e8, just developing the rook, and white is so underdeveloped that it's just lost. And if you take with the queen, then bishop f3, and after this you're even lost a pawn. So yeah, very nice tactic. But Firouzja went with f takes e4, bishop d1, queen d1, rook e8, the line I just said. Queen d3, bishop c5, king g2, queen f2, king h3 has to go there. And just look at this position. b4, rook b1 should have been played with the idea of bishop h6. So b4, bishop b2, queen e4 takes, of course, and now this is a winning endgame. And yeah, this is just winning. Nice technique from Nihal too. King g2, now he took another pawn. Firouzja was trying to flag him, but it did not work. Nihal played very quickly and managed to win this game, because after this you just promote. So yeah, Nihal actually won the Bullet Chess Championship. Very surprising, but he did win it. And Firouzja got second place. So yeah, that would be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this recap, and make sure to subscribe. So see you in the next one.